Hello, everybody. Hello and welcome. And turn that off here. Hey, Casey boy, thank you for the raid. Appreciate it very much here. Um, Thank you all for joining us. This is The More You Know. It is a podcast show where we go over mental health issues and the fact that mental health awareness is it's kind of like a stigma around it, and we're here to help break those barriers down and
Absolutely.
have some fun while we do it too. You can come here, and this is always a place just to have fun. How you doing tonight, Red?
I am doing great, Acacia. How about you?
I'm doing good, doing really good.
So you mentioned, excuse me, as Acacia mentioned, we do talk about mental health here on this program. Real quickly, in the U.S., if you text home to 741-741, that will connect you with a crisis counselor any day, any day of the week. If you don't want to text and you want to call somebody, you can call 1-800-273-8255. Languages available are English and Spanish. And for our friends north of us here in Canada, if you call 1-833-456-4566, that's available 24/7, 365. Or you can send a text between the hours of 4 p.m. and midnight Eastern Time, 45645. And if at any time you feel like your safety is in imminent danger or someone else's life is in imminent danger, please reach out to your local emergency services number, dial 911, or go to your nearest emergency department where they have staff trained to help with folks that are struggling with mental illness.
Absolutely, and thank you
That's a
for that.
mouthful.
Right, I know. Those numbers, I will make those available in chat. It will, my Stream Elements bot does pop that up in there, but I will also put those in there. If any of you want those numbers and it doesn't pop up in chat, just feel free to let us know, and we'll put those in there again for you. So. And yes, and then also, if you guys would like, you can join the Underground Media community in Discord, where we will have all the past podcasts as well as some other podcasts, as well as it's just a place for us to support each other, whether you stream or not. We're here to support each other. We're in this together, so as well help each other out. A lot
So,
easier. The journey's a lot easier. Help one another.
Acacia, I was asked today for people who are not on Twitch.
Yes.
Okay, where else do we or can we post our podcasts that we do? Uh,
Our
that we do.
podcast is currently available on Conversation and Coffee is available on Spotify, and I will get you guys all those links. And then
Awesome.
the more you know, it will also be available on Spotify here shortly, as well as Apple Podcast, Anchor, Spreaker, and a whole bunch of other, probably about 20 different platforms actually,
I
and
do
YouTube.
apologize. I need to step away for 2 moments.
That's fine.
Bear with me here.
Go ahead. Go ahead. So, chat tonight, how are you all doing? How has the week been? It's about halfway through the week now. I know it's been crazy as far as politics and stuff go, which on the show we do try to stay as much as possible. Um, Actually, I was going to speak tonight about first the power of words, and then about the dangers of labeling one another, and also cancel culture. And actually, we have a special treat tonight because instead of just an hour, we're going to be going longer tonight, and we're going to play some games, whatnot, on the second half of the show. So please, feel free to tune in and join along too. We'll be playing some Jack in the Box games. It'll be fun and it'll be interactive because you guys can play along. So, hi, Immortal King. How you doing tonight? Oh, I didn't ask the question of the day yet. Question of the day is, what is one kind thing that you can do for another person today? Doesn't have to be big. It can be big or little. Um, because kindness, what people don't realize is that kindness really does not cost you anything. Um, it except for a little bit of your time. It might be a little uncomfortable sometimes, but it really doesn't cost you anything to hold the door open for somebody that needs it, or compliment somebody on what they're wearing. It only takes a moment. So, what is one kind thing that you can do for another person today? Big or little, throw it in the chat. We definitely want to hear. I was read as you came back. I was just asking the question of the day for today
Okay.
is about what is one kind thing that you can do to help another person.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
Any thoughts on that? What is one kind you could do today?
Man,
That's what you're.
yeah, no kidding, right? Thanks. There's a multitude of things. If you're in line for coffee, you could buy the person behind you. You could buy it for the person in front of you. You could buy it for both. If someone's on the side of the road and needs help changing a tire, boom, you can do that. So there's a ton of things that you can do to help people. So
Absolutely.
take a moment here and chat. Immortal, hello, how's it going, buddy? Looked like who was it here? Scroll back up. Icy Boy, I believe it is. Thank you so much
Casey
for
boy. Yep.
our Casey Boy. My apologies. My old ass can't read.
That's okay. It happens.
But thank you so much for tuning in and bringing viewers over to us. It's awesome. I hope you guys can forgive me. Some of this stuff is still very new for me. I know I sound like a old fuddy-duddy or some weird shit like that. But yeah, the fact of the matter is all this is stuff I never delved into before. In fact, I was telling Acacia when I first came on board with all this that I had heard of Twitch, but had no clue what the hell it was or how it worked. So,
And I also just fixed. I realized that my text number for the crisis counselor here in the U.S. I fixed that. It is 741-741, not 2741.
yes,
Forgot
correct.
to fix that. So apologies, guys. I was also letting him know that today we're going to be talking about the power of words. And, a lot of times we talk about sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me. And that is so not true, because sometimes words can deeper and worse wounds than sticks and stones.
Absolutely.
Having been a survivor of domestic violence and domestic abuse, I can tell you that there were times that I would have rather been hit rather than hear the words that out of the mouth.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you, Universal, for co-streaming. Appreciate it.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, thank
we've
you.
got
Thank
lots
you.
of things tonight. Because at least with a physical wound, you get a broken bone, you go to the doctor, you get a cast on it, and eventually that wound heals. But
Right.
the psychological and the emotional wounds that the things we say to one another can inflict can take a much longer time to heal, and sometimes almost don't ever heal.
Right.
And so I know, at least for me personally, I am very particular. Don't get me wrong. I can have a temper, but I do my best to try very hard to watch what I say, especially in those times of anger, because it's typically in those times of anger that we wind up flying off the handle and spouting things, and then we realize later that, crap, I should
Absolutely.
not have said that.
Absolutely. You're not wrong. And I myself have been on both ends of the abuse spectrum. Okay. And even in my past life, so to speak, for those of you who don't know, I am a former extremist, and we use words, and those words cut like machetes, man. It hands down. It's one of those things where if you don't learn to control that tongue, you can do some damage, and more often than not, it could potentially be irreparable. And I mean, let's face it. I got a shirt. My girlfriend and I both have shirts that say, "Just be good to each other, you fucks." And
Right?
It's true. I mean, we just have to be
Right.
good to one another, man. It's not that damn difficult. Um, there are people who like to make that difficult though by saying, "Oh well, so and so said this, so I don't like that. So let's try to ruin their career by being slanderous and all that." And it's just like, come on, man. Just because you don't like someone, suck it up. Okay, I get it. I get it. We all have frustrations. We all have people that we just don't like. It's okay. You're entitled to that. But what you're not entitled to is to be a dick about it. You're not entitled to tell people you can't like that because I don't like it. Well, too goddamn bad. Okay.
Right?
A bow. Red reminds us of bow. Just a thought. Okay. Don't know who that
I'll
is, but
explain it later. um, but yeah, I mean, and a lot of times we don't realize it, and sometimes you can do things just, but if
yeah,
the other person doesn't realize that, or we might think it's unjust, but we don't know how it's going to be perceived by another. Um,
right.
hey, Dark Sky, how you doing? Long time no see
You,
there. Um,
Keisha, you're right.
Go ahead.
However, I think on that same token, though, hmm, you know what? I'm actually going to hold off on saying what I was about to say.
I have a feeling I know what you were gonna say because I was actually gonna go down that route too. Um,
Perfect.
as far as this does not mean that everybody that gets their feelings hurt, that it is we don't need a whole bunch of cry closets. And
Yes,
I'm saying that very carefully because it is okay to be sensitive, and it is
absolutely.
okay sensitive to the needs of others as well as your own needs. Um, oh, you walked into the More You Know podcast tonight, Dark Sky. We are talking about the power of words and what that means in society and in just life in general for humans.
Well, and
Go
what
ahead.
some people don't understand is some of the words, no matter what side of the aisle you sit on, right or left, okay, it has the same, pardon my language, everybody, it has the same fucking effect. Full disclosure and full disclaimer, warning. There is some vulgarity here, people. If you cannot handle vulgar language, I urge you now, leave. No, I'm not trying to be rude. I try to stay very professional and not curse, but ladies and gentlemen, it happens. And it's not words we all haven't heard before, so let's be adults about this, huh? Hey, Dark Sky, you're not wrong, and I love you even more for that statement right there, buddy. But the fact of the matter is this, people, we need to start being nicer to each other. I'm not saying we have to hold hands and coddle one another and all that fun hippie bullshit, but we still need to be nice to each other, man. It's okay to
Yes,
disagree. It's okay to not agree with every single thing that everybody else is agreeing with. And that's something that we're missing in today's society. It is okay to not be part of the popular crowd or the popular thought. Dude, stand up for what you want to be. That's it. You don't have to like anything else that anyone else is doing. Ask yourself a few key questions. One, is it putting your physical being in any danger whatsoever? And if the answer is no, then leave it be. Leave it alone.
yeah,
Obviously, if the answer is yes, then you handle it appropriately. But then you got to ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Is it worth me getting all flustered and hurt and involved? And if the answer is no, then leave it the fuck be. I mean, it's
absolutely.
really kind of a common sense approach to something that shouldn't even be an issue in 2021.
Right. No, I agree. I mean, it is.
Yes.
We have gotten so polarized.
Hmm.
Not just in politics though, because like I said, this isn't a political show. Politics
Right.
does play a part because it plays a part in society. as a whole. But we have gotten so polarized that somebody looks at us the wrong way and suddenly they're racist. You
Yeah.
know, somebody
Yeah.
comes across you and you are a white bald guy, so automatically you're a white supremacist.
Oh,
You
I've
have
heard that
conservative
multiple
views,
times.
you have liberal views, suddenly you're far left and we can't even be in the same room. And it's like, no,
Okay,
we're
so
all still human. Go ahead.
I'd like to touch on that if I may. And
Go
ladies and
ahead.
gentlemen, I'm gonna another full disclaimer. If you are easily offended, I urge you to tune out because I guarantee you're not gonna like what is about to be said. That is a
Or you
promise.
can tune in and
Be
might
open
learn
minded.
something different. Who knows?
Yeah. So cancel culture.
Absolutely. Sorry.
Can
Before you
yes,
get to cancel
universe. No,
culture,
I read that what Universal just posted, and yeah, the human tongue is the most dangerous muscle. You are not wrong.
for you all that are listening out there, Universal from her chat had posted and said, Grandpa asked me, what is the most dangerous muscle? I replied, the leg. Said, that little wiggly thing in your mouth, the human tongue. Absolutely. And that's exactly what we're talking about tonight. Exactly. You can light the
So
world on fire with one word.
exactly, exactly, and it's what's happening on a daily basis in our country, and it's disgusting. It's abhorrent. So we cancel culture. Uh, Fuck cancel culture. Plain and simple. Okay, this comes to the whole thing of if it's not putting your life in danger, well, leave it be. Okay, so you don't like what someone else is saying. That's fine. If you want to try to control someone's voice, to control what they are saying, then you are the exact thing that you are preaching against. Okay, a lot of people want to throw certain words out. They want to throw around fascist. They want to throw around racist. They want to throw out white supremacist. They want to throw out this and throw out that. Let me tell you something, people. As a former skinhead, as a former white supremacist, yeah, I used to be that way. All right. Half you people don't even know what a Nazi really is, because when you're presented with fact, when people are presented with fact, they like to shy away from it because, oh shit, this is going to blow apart my whole fucking image or whatever the fuck I'm trying to portray. All right. They want to throw around the word fascist a lot. And it's like, do you even know what the fuck that word means? Let's face it, fascism, in a nutshell, is when you control what people think and what they do and what they say. All right. Uh, I'm not sorry here, people. Okay, because it gets frustrating as a person who's trying to put good out into the world to constantly, because of whether it's political affiliation or look or whatever the case may be, to constantly be labeled something that I'm not. It's rough, and it's mind blowing how people are okay with being the perpetrator, if you will, but when someone stands up to them or they present them with fact, they instantly pull that V card and scream victim. So I challenge each and every one of you that are tuning in tonight. Are you going to be the victim, or are you going to be victorious and live your life and survive? That's the question. That's there's two choices. If you want to sit and whine and cry and play the victim your whole life, I guarantee you're not going to get anywhere. All right. These are lessons that I've had to learn personally. You have to own up, live your life, and whether you like what someone else is doing or not, it's okay to voice it, but don't try to tell them that they can't believe what they want to believe just because you don't like it. I don't like what most Christians believe. Do I try to censor them? No, because I really don't give a shit. They're going to believe what they believe. I'm going to believe what I believe. It's as simple as that. You know?
Yeah, and to kind of add to that, it's one thing Dark Sky was saying, we can blame the mainstream media.
no
Well,
shit.
the thing is the fact that that's what got us in, is we played the blame game. and not the personal responsibility game. We each there's several different factors, several different nuances that play a part in everything and in a society that we live in. But many times today we have forgotten this little thing called personal responsibility, and that
Hmm.
each one of us is responsible for our own action. Now,
Absolutely.
can things help persuade us one way or another? Absolutely. Does things play a part in it? Absolutely. You know, but when it all boils down to it, we each have a person, and we
That's
can
right.
choose right. We can choose wrong. We can choose to try and just go along with the crowd because we don't want to go against the grain. We don't want to be that fish going against the tide because it's hard and it
Yeah.
sucks. But like we said, we mentioned it on Coffee and Conversation and even last week's show, is that if you're constantly trying to live your life for somebody else, they're never going to be happy. It's never going to be enough, and you're never going to be enough. And
Bingo.
so you take control of your own life, like you said, and refuse to give in to the victim narrative, which a lot
Exactly.
of extremist movements, and I wasn't going to go down this path tonight, but it's a little hard not to when we're surrounded by it day in and day out right
Yeah.
now. And between media and everything else, I mean, we are. And
Well,
all these extremist movements,
yes.
whether religious, whether it's political, whatever
Hmm.
it is, scream the victim narrative because it's us against the world, and we're the victims, and you don't realize it a lot of times, but that's what it is. So that victim way and choose to live your life. What another person believes might be completely reprehensible and completely appalling, but they're still a human.
Exactly. And listen, everybody, I want to make it very clear that as passionate as you see me, although it may look like I'm rip roaring pissed off, I'm a very passionate speaker. One of our on another program that we're on, our other host, he knows very well how passionate I can be because we're kind of the same.
Right, right.
But I do really have a heart for everybody. Okay, I don't believe we need to candor to every single type of cause out there, because if we try to do that, we're going to run ourselves ragged. Self care is a very big thing, and that's something I think that ties into all this too. Is we if we're so caught up in everybody else and what they're doing and everything, we're going to neglect ourselves, and ultimately we can't. Uh,
Kind of
yeah,
that same, with the self care. I know I've done it before, and I know other people that are constantly go, 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 constantly go, constantly like they can't sit down for two. And whether hey yo, Walking Death, hey Lost, how you doing? Whether it is work, whether it is family, whether it is vacations, whether it is being, if they're a parent and go and the kids school and sports and all of that, they just can't ever like you're go on Facebook and every minute they're doing something different. It's like they're on vacation. And that, let me tell you, that is running away from whatever's going on inside of you. It's not bad to be busy. Please don't take that the wrong way. But a lot of times in our culture, we forget to sit down, take a moment, just, and you
that's right.
gotta be able to breathe. What? I'm okay.
Right.
That's my
Ex-
sorry.
Don't be sorry. And that's just it too. I mean, come on, guys. It's pretty plain and simple. yes, there are worthy causes to take up and support. There's no question that there's a lot of injustice in the world today. I will never discredit that. However, we need to choose our battles and choose them wisely. Video about banning marijuana. Video about free, live free. Video was about social media. Nice. You're not wrong, Dark Skies. That's actually pretty cool. I remember the days of having to either call my friend's house or get on my bike and ride over, or on my skateboard and ride over to my friend's apartment or to my friend's house to see if they're home, and and all that. And I miss getting together for bonfires and all that, where we didn't have cell phones, where we're just out sitting around a fire having a beer or drinking some whiskey, just doing something fun. I'm guilty of not putting my phone down as much as I should. And, I do my best to get better. That's for damn sure. But like I said, there are there are definitely worthy causes to support and to take up. But you need to be careful because...
Exactly. You pull a phone out at a bonfire, you get...
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
But it does come down to if you let that cause overtake you, it can turn into a bad situation all around. And so yeah.
Absolutely. Real quick, we were talking about cancel culture also.
Yes.
I am going to... It is like a 7-minute video, but it proves the point that I want to get across about cancel.
Welcome to the post-cancel culture world. We're cancel culture. We've been working hard at canceling things for quite a while now. And well, we finally canceled culture. That was the last thing left for us at Cancel Culture to cancel. There's no more culture of any kind anywhere in society. We've canceled it all. So we're finally done now. That took a while. I mean, a lot longer than I thought, but we finally got rid of everything that we think is offensive, which turned out to be everything. You see, it all began when we were just a startup and we noticed something. Sometimes people get offended and their feelings get hurt. So instead of empowering people to be self-responsible adults so they can deal with their own feelings like a grown-up, we had an idea. What if we could cancel just one thing that we find offensive? So we did that. Then we had another idea. What if we canceled something else? And then things kind of snowballed from there. Really, when we started examining all the nuances in society, looking for the offensive things that we were trying to find, shocker, we found them. In fact, in every place we looked. So then our ability to innovate in our field led us to canceling all things in society. We think we've made society a much better place by erasing all culture from it. All those things getting people's feathers ruffled, there's no more culture to do it anymore because we canceled it all. Isn't this great?
Excuse me? Ruffled feathers? I thought we canceled bird appropriation.
Oh, that's right, we did. My apologies. Well, now that we've cleansed society of everything that could possibly challenge you in some way, it's finally safe to be happy. But there is just one small downside, and it's tiny, I mean, barely noticeable really, and that's that there's nothing to be happy about anymore. Because we've canceled everything in society that inspires happiness and joy. But I mean, you could imagine what it'd be like to be happy now if there was something to be happy about, because I mean, we've done such a good job of canceling all things in culture, like
music.
Some people don't know how to sing.
Sports.
They weren't inclusive to the unathletic community.
Giving birth.
Offensive to dead people.
Culinary arts.
It was just privilege in the face of hungry people.
Medical care.
It was offensive to people who don't have a disease.
Marriage.
Uninclusive to single people.
Art.
Offensive to people who only take things literally.
Religion.
Oppressive to communism.
Exercise.
Trying to get in better shape than you used to be is offensive to your past self.
Families.
They're hateful toward lonely people.
Books.
Uninclusive to the literate community.
Illiteracy.
Uninclusive to people who can read.
And we canceled freedom.
It was very insensitive to people with a lot of limiting beliefs. There's absolutely nothing to enjoy anymore. But because there's nothing, you can just enjoy nothing. Things are pretty plain now, as you can see, because we've neutralized everything. really neutered society, I guess you could say. We're sterile now. And there's no adversity you need to worry about anymore that can make you stronger. There's no adversity. Because we killed it all with cancel culture. It's kind of like in farming. If someone comes in and starts monocropping the land hard for years without proper soil husbandry, then the soil dies and nothing can grow. That's what we've done with society because we know what we're doing. In our post-cancel culture world, you can do exciting things like stare neutrally out into the horizon.
Actually, staring was canceled, along with utilizing any sort of vision, as it's insensitive to blind people.
Oh, that's right. Well, so you can do things like close your eyes and sit there. You can be entertained by boredom, and you can also constrict your true nature out of fear so it never sees the light of day. So things are better now. I mean, just take a look around. This is great. You should be proud of what you helped create.
Actually, they're not allowed to be proud. We canceled pride as it's sort of a privileged emotion, and not all people choose
To accomplish things they're proud of. Got it. Forgot about that one. So you shouldn't be proud, obviously, but you should know you helped create this. We at Cancel Culture have destroyed humanity in order to save it. And we think we've been successful at it.
Actually, you can't say successful. We canceled that. It's considered to be aggressive towards people who failed.
Correction. We think we've been at it, but we still have work to do. Until we can get humanity to regress all the way back to being single-celled organisms, there's going to be the threat of offensive things coming back. So please do your part by restricting anything that feels like strength within you. That way we can all be safe and happy.
Can't be happy. We canceled it on the grounds that it is a microaggression towards depressed people.
Well, I know I didn't mean be happy. I just meant it as a figure of speech.
We canceled speech as well. So figures of speech are not welcome in our post-cancel culture world.
Well, we have a lot to celebrate. We did it, guys. I mean, we did it, people.
So you are just going to assume there are no animals watching this?
We canceled animals.
That's right, we did, didn't we? Plant-based meat alternatives felt the animals were mocking them.
That's right. Things are better now. From all of us here at Cancel Culture, you're welcome.
Thanks for watching that nice little video there, and thanks for tuning in, everybody. I know you see it in chat there. I want you guys to go and smash that subscribe and follow button here on Twitch for Underground Media. We love you all, and we would appreciate your support. Just don't forget, and we'll remind you. Don't worry.
If you guys want any more content with that JP guy, I just hooked up the link for his site there. He does some comedy with actual self-help video stuff, and I land back. Yes, I do support back. Is that what you're saying, Lust? Or am I really confused?
I might be a little lost myself. Lost.
Hey, Captain Canada, how you doing tonight? Thanks for joining us.
Lost Sue, could you clarify your statement, man? I know I asked everybody to do a roll call. Let us know where you're tuning in from. You don't have to be specific. Just kind of give us a general area. I myself am coming to you live from Central Florida.
And I'm Detroit. Good old, right? Let's get some snow and some sunshine. There we go. And then Captain
Sunshine
Canada. Well,
here.
he's got Canada, so.
Toronto.
Woohoo! Oh yes, that JP guy. I just ran across him, but he's got a lot of self-help stuff. He also does comedy with whatnot. But I ran across that cancel culture video the other day, and for me, like it just hit the nail on the head. Like,
Absolutely.
if somebody's doing something illegal or anything like that, then absolutely they need the whatever you want to call it. It needs to be stopped. But yes. I do agree.
Yes.
You do need to get the land back lost.
Yes.
Return the lands that were stolen. I very much agree. Actually, Lost was a guest on another podcast that I do a while back.
Oh, fantastic.
Really cool stuff. But we you're very, very quick to cancel one another without the consequence. We are very quick to find the person that either disagrees with us or that we find their views horrid and stuff like that. We dehumanize them and we think of them like, a lot of times going to war with each that's very big because you don't want to go to war with an
That's right.
it has to be this horrible, abhorrent, evil thing. And then it's okay. And hey, it's just, it's that person, oh, real short, that person is either a mother or a father, a sister or a brother. They might have a son or a daughter. You can take it from there if you want to, Red, because I'm going to switch out my mic real quick.
All right, not a problem. Well, I kind of forgot where we were. Oh yeah,
Cancel culture.
Oh, yeah, cancel culture. Listen, I'm gonna kind of kick a dead horse here and just simply say, if you don't like it, that's fine. You know, if it's not hurting you, putting you in any physical danger, then you know what, just leave it the hell alone. I know for a fact that I say and do things that people just don't like, and that's okay. Hell, I got tattoos that people don't like, and that's okay. They don't have to. I like them. That's all that matters. You know, I don't go to somebody with no tattoos and say, "Oh hell, you clean skin freak, you ain't got no tattoos." No, man, come on, that's just stupid.
Right? I know.
You know, we just got to fucking be good to one another. You know. So yeah. Yeah, no problem. Captain, I don't think you're wrong. Sometimes when using an audio mixer, whether it's a physical box or even a computer program, it can still be kind of a pain in the ass. I know when I would DJ or when I ran sound and lights for concerts, there was always something fun to try to tweak and mess with and everything else. No, she's breaking out the gaming headset. Look out.
Oh, no, I'm not. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Captain, how's everything in your neck of the woods, man?
All right. Am I still breaking up there, guys? Or is this a lot better than what it was?
I think it sounds better. Then again, my hearing is halfway shot.
Yeah, I had the noise gate on and I thought I had taken it off, but I had not. So I apologize, guys. I appreciate you all bearing with me there.
Captain, I'd like to say I'm right there with you, and for the most part I am. However, in where I live, yeah, they haven't locked us down. Our governor is standing very firm on not locking the whole state down. Dark Sky and Lawsuit, it's good to hear that things are going good so far. I hope they continue to go good for all of you who are tuning in. If there's anybody that has any questions for us tonight, comments, please feel free to chime in on chat. You don't have to.
Absolutely.
You know, any question within reason will be answered accordingly. And you know, hell, if there's comments, suggestions on content you would like us to talk about, by all means, chime in and let us know. There's not a ton of topics that I don't think we're going to be afraid to cover. Again, within within appropriate lines, but you know.
Absolutely.
Dark Sky, where what state are you in?
I believe Minnesota.
Oh shit.
Right?
Yeah, Minnesota and even Michigan. They're both those governors need to go. They need to be done. Even my governor that I had when I was living in South Dakota, our governor, she's done some good for the state in my opinion. I still think she's a jackass personally. She's trying to stand in the way of legalizing recreational and medicinal. And it's just
Oh,
like, come
okay.
on. It's so common anymore. You might as well just fucking just legalize it already. I mean, there's
There are
some
a lot of medicinal purposes for it.
absolutely.
And it's not, I mean, a lot of times we would think, I grew up in a very
Mhm.
conservative. Oh, yes, go for it. Go for it, Captain. I don't have the thing up there yet, but I was going to do that.
1,000 points. We
So,
need some red impressions redemptions.
so I know you can't yet, but since you said that, I will, I'll pretend that you redeemed points for it. So, what,
Hey,
what,
hey.
what impression do you want Red to do, Captain Canada?
Oh, this
Since
is
you
gonna
brought
get
it up.
scary.
Hey, it's
Dark,
Sweets. How you doing tonight?
hey, Dark Sky. You know, I felt stuck when I was back home, and I finally had to pull the trigger. I had talked for years that I was going to move. I'm going to move. I'm going to get out of the state. I'm going to do something. Blah 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 blah. And a year ago, this March, I finally pulled the fucking trigger, and I'm so glad that I did. As you see in chat, guys, don't forget to follow Underground Media and hit that follow and like button. Come on, Captain, you're killing me. My
While in
Christopher Walken.
conversation.
Oh man, my Christopher Walken just ain't that good. I do a better Shatner
Shatner.
to boldly talk about what nobody has talked about before.
To boldly talk about. That is awesome. Yes. Hey,
Or I could
Captain,
be
can
like
go
I
ahead.
could be like Calculon and do the dramatic pause. Yeah, I know. It's all good. For those of you tuning in, what Captain's talking about is one of our previous podcasts. I broke into a lot of impressions of like cartoon characters and whatnot. And boy, I tell you what, it was kind of funny. Them boys over there just whacking in my camper really took a number on me, and it was just a lot of fun. And yeah, if he's going for another 2 years, he's full of shit. I don't. I hope he doesn't get it. But it's one of them. One of them things. If people don't want to see outside of the swamp, then unfortunately he might win again. So yeah, that was my best Kermit the Frog impression, everybody.
It was a good impression. It was
Thank
a
you,
good
thank you.
impression. I was trying to get this and it won't work, but whatever. I will mess with that later. But yeah. So for now, yeah, we'll do that. Anyways, sorry. See?
Don't be
Ooh, a
sorry.
chicken.
It's not
Ooh, a chicken.
apologizing.
Ooh,
Where?
look, a
What?
chicken.
What chicken? Where?
See?
Squirrel!
Exactly. Exactly. Oh my goodness gracious. I'll tell you what. And let's see. I have a sick commitment to Streamlabs, and I hate the relationship, but it works. I can understand that. Hey, it's Sweets. I personally like OBS only because it is compact, and for streaming, I like it, and I've finally gotten used to it. I attempted to use the Stream Elements with the OBS, but then decided that I just liked regular OBS. And the CPU usage, for all you techies out there, the CPU usage is much, much lower with just straight OBS. Okay, yep, Captain Canada used OBS Live and Stream Elements, and hey, it's Sweets. Plus, I'm too lazy to make a switch. I can understand that. Once you get used to something, it is just easier to do that. Absolutely. Did you have anything else, Red, before I run this real quick?
Yes. Before we go on a quick break, guys, I know you've seen it in the chat, but I'm going to verbalize it here for us all. For our friends to the north in Canada, if you need to speak with a crisis responder, please call 1-833-456-4566. That's available 24/7, 365. Between the hours of 4 p.m. and midnight Eastern Time in Canada, send a text to 45645 to be connected with a crisis counselor. Here in the States, text HOME, HOME, to 741-741. This will connect you with a crisis counselor any time of the day from your mobile device. If you need to actually call somebody, you can call 24 hours a day, 365. Languages available are English and Spanish at 1-800-273-8255. If you are in imminent danger or you feel that someone is attempting to harm themselves and they are in physical danger, please do not hesitate to dial 911 or your local emergency services number. And if at all possible, seek help right away by going to your local emergency department, where they do have medical professionals trained in mental health needs that are willing to help you with no judgment passed whatsoever.